Welcome, guys, to episode 2 of Onsight Kombat. This is for this weekend's event. We got a double header. What is the double header? Dubois versus Usyk and Dustin Poirier versus Max Holloway. That's one of the few fights we're going to talk about. Let me introduce to you my panel. Sultan,
Hi guys.
Jay,
Yo, 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 yo.
and the main man himself, the one and only. 3 letters, one name, Ari.
Back again, you
Well,
know.
you know it. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna hand it over to Sultan, and he's gonna run through the
Hi
boxing.
guys. Yeah, so before we touch on Usyk with Dubois, let's just quickly briefly touch on Hamza Sheeraz's victory last night. It's coming off a controversial draw. If you guys remember, we watched it on the undercard of Bivol versus Beterbiev against Carlos Adames. Um, Good performance, beat Edgar Berlanga in 5 rounds, a knockout. What did you guys see it? What did you guys make of it?
I want to say, Asaf, I did watch it, and from his last performance, I think this was a step up in name. So I thought, you know what, this could be a bit of a risk, but he won in comfortable fashion. And fair play to him. He's a local lad. We're from East London. He's from Ilford, so we wish nothing but the best for him, and we want
Yeah.
him to push on from there. And Ari, what did you think of the fight?
For me, the same thing. I think what makes it even more sweet for Hamza Shiraz is this person has fought Canelo, and obviously Canelo didn't take him out like Hamza Shiraz has.
Yeah.
So obviously those comparisons are inevitable, but in looking at the fight versus what he did against Carlos Adames, big changes. He looked like he had more variety in his punches, and he was more attacking, less defensive. So yeah, overall perfect fight from him.
Do you guys see him getting a chance against Canelo once Canelo fights? Because obviously Canelo's an undisputed champion. He holds all the belts in the weight class. So do you see him getting a chance, or do you see potentially the belts being relinquished and spread across the different contenders in the weight class?
Personally, what I would say is this is his good performance from his not so good performance before.
Yeah.
So if I was him and his trainers, I would take it easy. Maybe have a few more fights, build your name up, and then fight Canelo and see how
Okay, yeah,
Canelo.
but Canelo's not around forever, man. You got a few more fights with him, and that's the paycheck. That's the big paycheck.
Yeah, it could be another like when Amir Khan wanted to fight Floyd Mayweather. You kind of he kind of
Yeah.
needs to take it. You know what? I think he should take it. Let's see how it goes with Crawford. I think that would dictate a lot of what happens next.
Yeah. Let's just see that. Jay, you want to add to that before we move on to Usyk versus Dubois?
Yeah, I think I'm excited for that matchup. I think it's gonna be a big step up from his previous opponents to Canelo, but we just have to back our boy.
Let's move on to the next one of the main topics today. So we got Usyk versus Dubois next Saturday at Wembley Stadium. So we're expecting what, 80 to 90,000 people potentially in there. Yeah, we all know what happened 2 years ago. We had the controversial fifth round, low blow, so-called low blow. Then Usyk rallied back and stopped Dubois with a jab. Dubois took a knee in the ninth round after I think taking a knee in the eighth round also, and then the fight was stopped in the ninth round. What's your guys' take on that? It's been 2 years. Usyk's fought, I think, Tyson Fury twice in that meantime. Dubois fought Gerald Miller. What's the other? Hergovich, and then obviously the last one was a big statement against AJ. What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be revenge or repeat? Sam, what's your take on it?
So I'm thinking there is 2 ways it can really go because since that fight, Usyk has fought Fury twice. So is there going to be a bit of damage from that, a bit of age? Because he's not young himself. If anything, Dubois has gotten better since that time. But also Usyk may have gotten better through fighting the toughest heavyweight there is in Tyson Fury. So it's a bit of, is it experience versus young and hungry plus experience as well now. So it's a good level playing field, and it's very, to me, it's hard to pick a winner. It's either you go for the
Sitting on
big
the fence, just sitting on the fence there,
yeah,
man.
I'm sitting on the fence, like I might need to come off it, but if okay, Let me make a
Do you think Don Charles in the corner? Like, I think you guys must have seen, you know, when Usyk stepped up to heavyweight, he fought
Chisora.
Chisora. And do you think Don Charles is going to implement potentially a similar game plan with a more young, you could say, energetic, vicious sort of fighter, like, you know, coming forward? What's your take on that, Ari? Do you think?
It's a good point, but I do think you cannot replicate Chisora because Del Boy is Del Boy. He's
Yeah,
just wild and like everything he does is Del Boy. Whereas Dubois is more of a power puncher, good solid jab. I think what plays a big factor is Usyk. He's had rematches with AJ. He's had rematches with
yeah,
Fury. Dubois is going to be another rematch. He learns from these, and if anything, he shows he can handle a setback in a fight. He can change his tactical approach. But Dubois hasn't shown that. He's beaten AJ, fair play, but he's not shown where when there's adversity in a fight, can he come back?
yeah,
Whereas
100%. Good
Usyk
point.
has showed it multiple times. That's why it's very hard to count him out. But yeah, I guess question is probably for San. Do you think it's is it an age fight where it's the younger fighter versus the more senior fighter, or is it Usyk is more cunning and experienced that he can overcome this young and upcoming Daniel Dubois?
It's quite hard to say because in heavyweight, age, I don't know if it's as big a factor as it is in other weight
Mm,
division. It's not always the case. But with Dubois, you are right. He hasn't had those adversities, so hasn't really improved. Like that AJ match, has that really improved his fighting? Maybe not because it was such a somewhat easy win.
Mm.
So
Oh,
maybe Usyk has done more since
yeah, yeah,
then than Dubois has. So it's really hard to say. Maybe, well, I was saying 50-50 because of the raw power, and I'm sure
yeah.
Dubois has got the age on his side and he's going to take a different approach. But I don't think he can take the Chisora approach because Chisora just born with that. He doesn't choose to do that. What about you, Sultan?
Yeah, you know what, man? Sometimes, yeah, like I watched the first fight. I'll keep it brief there, but I saw like, you know, Usyk was very quick. The ball wasn't able to react. You know, the jab was fast. The left hand, and he was able to hurt the ball as well. And like as you said, man, second fight, he probably will make the adjustments. But sometimes I feel, man, you know, like even if someone's better than you and they got many attributes over you, so be it speed, whatever. Sometimes just that young and that power and that, you know, that grit can just, even if you've got one attribute that's a bit more than them, you know, just say a
Yeah,
bit more power maybe in that department, it can overwhelm someone, like, or just on the day at the right time. You know where I'm coming from, but
yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. Jay, what's your thoughts on it?
I think Usyk has definitely improved since the rematch because having those two big matches against
Yeah,
Fury therefore like makes you up your level, your game, your knowledge of the fights. But that's the thing, Dubois, he's a tank. I don't think Fury is much as a beast as like Dubois. I don't think he's more
of
over.
course, different fighters, yeah.
I think it's always a tough challenge, but I do give the edge to Usyk.
So what's your let's leave it at that here. So what's your predictions on this? Ari, what's your prediction, man? No sitting on the fence. Just let's call it out and let's see what happens next week. What's your
I think Usyk on points, like very easy points win.
Jay,
Yep, same. Usyk on points. I'm seeing him clear win.
San?
I'm gonna go there against the grain like Gillette. Do you know when you shave, you go against the grain? I'm gonna go with Dubois because he shocked us once when he beat AJ. We watched it
Yeah.
together. Do you know what? I'll insert that clip as well because
No! How? 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 Come on!
you and Alan were shocked. So let's go for another shock. Dubois to win.
Mm.
Finish of referee stoppage.
What about
You know
you?
what? Yeah.
What about you,
Yeah,
Sultan?
God. So Sam, you know what? I'm gonna lean with you, man. I think usually I would go with the person who's better on paper. Like if all the
Yeah.
statistics add up and everything adds up, you know that he's got better IQ, better speed, better footwork. But I'm gonna go against the gut. Yeah, I just think the age factor and that ferociousness kind of coming forward. I think with Don Charles in his corner, I think, you know, yeah, I'm gonna go for mid or late stoppage by Dubois.
So 2-2. So two
Yeah,
people for
yeah.
Usyk, two people for Dubois.
Keep this in mind. We're gonna tidy this up next weekend. Let's build a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
tidy
yeah.
spot here.
We do a
So,
little
so
tag
we
table.
we do a tally. So me and Sultan has said that
I'm going for a stoppage. Yeah,
yeah. So I'm going for
late
stoppage
stoppage.
stoppage. You
Wait,
guys are both going for points for Usyk. So let's see. So it looks like a little 2v2. Let's see who comes out on top. But on that topic, the next topic is, and this is what I'm excited about this weekend. The trilogy is happening. It's Dustin Diamond Poirier versus Max Bless Holloway.
The gilly.
The Gilly. So this is the third fight. So Max Holloway's first ever fight was against Dustin Poirier.
Yeah.
He was 20 years old. And he was a late replacement. And he fought Dustin. Now, that happened over 10 years ago. I think it was 14 years. It's been
Yeah,
14
it's a
years.
while back. Yeah.
It's been 14 years since their first match. So it is a big fight.
But the second one was 5 years ago. Maybe?
Yeah, the second one was 5 years ago.
About 5 years ago. Yeah, that was on points. Yeah.
But that fight was in lightweight. The first fight was in featherweight. So right now, Dustin Poirier is 2-0 against the Bless Express. And this is the third fight and is Diamond Poirier's last fight. So could he sour the spoils of retirement? Ari, what do you think?
It was so good 2 times. Let's make it 3 for Dustin Poirier. I can't see any other way. I just feel like this is it. It's destiny just to finish the game, finish his UFC career, and what a way to beat Max Holloway. The only thing I'm slightly upset is just Holloway lost to Poirier and he lost the BMF, even though he still has it, but you feel like the BMF belt is gone. And it would have been a nice way because Poirier never won the undisputed at lightweight, but to finish off as BMF, that would have been a nice fitting way. But at the end of the day, like I said, man, Poirier's had a solid career. Holloway's such a cool guy. And I'm not like partial to anyone. I'm happy for either to win, but I just feel like it'll be good for Poirier to finish it off. Yeah,
Jay,
wins.
what's your view on the fight? Are you leaning towards Dustin? Are you leaning towards Max?
The thing is, I'm conflicted because I like both fighters. I think both fighters are like I really like their styles and stuff. But that's the thing, you want that fairy tale ending for Dustin in his hometown, and plus there's the last match. And I mean, I think everyone loves Poirier. That's the thing. But and if he gets the gilly, I think that'll be the best thing ever. But yeah, I'm leaning towards Poirier to win it in his hometown.
Also, Jay, we want that hot sauce as well. So yeah, let's
You know what, Dustin Poirier, if you win, sponsor us. I'll make some wings with your hot sauce. I'll do it. So, what's your view on the fight?
So watch it and use it on watch-alongs.
Yeah. we'll like this. We'll hold like this, like Dustin Poirier's hot sauce.
Yeah, we've got Sam's Kitchen as sponsor as well, man. Don't forget, man.
Sam's Kitchen. Wait, we'll keep that secret till now. This is only the second episode. So, what's your view on the fight? How do you see it going?
I think 3 in a row, man. I don't think and hold me to this, I don't think Max will be the same again after that alien knockout.
Yeah.
Stepping up in weight against Gaethje, come back down and get knocked out. I don't think, and I just think Poirier has his number. And yeah, I think Poirier is gonna win, man. I don't see it being a knockout, but I see it being like on points, like a dominating fashion. I'll say, I think he's got a bit. I think he has got. Personally, I believe he's got more technical and better boxing than Max Holloway. Personally, I just can't see it. I don't know, man. I don't think Max is that. Yeah, man. Once you get knocked out, man, at lower weight, and you can't, it's not the same, man. You're not the same again, man. And he's going up again now. Yeah, that's my take on it.
So, Sultan, you have it as a Dustin finish. Jay, you have it as a Dustin finish.
Yep, first round.
And Ari, what do you have it as?
First round.
I have it as a Dustin Poirier knockout, 3rd round.
Okay.
San, what's your thoughts on the fight? How do you
So,
see
do
it
you know
going?
what? Like, I think a lot of people are just counting out Max Holloway. Let's actually think about it. People say you don't come back the same from a knockout. Dustin Poirier got knocked out by Gaethje.
Yeah.
People had written him off, and they're like, then same door, like they were like, yo, this guy is gonna beat. He's gonna beat Dustin, and he pieced him up, and then after that, he gets a fight with who? Islam, and gave Islam his toughest fight. So I don't think we should count Max out at all. His display against Gaethje was incredible. I'm not gonna lie, I think it was a 5-0, and it was a knockout. I think Holloway, the weight cutting got to him. The weight cutting got to him. I think this fight is a lot closer than people think it is, and I'm hopefully Dustin isn't sleeping on this fight.
I know the triangles, they don't always work. Like we know obviously Gaethje beat Poirier and then Holloway knocked out Gaethje, right? So I see what you're getting at here, but yeah, man. I just feel getting knocked out at lower weight, then going back up. Like I thought the Ilya knockout was quite like vicious. I know you're right. Like I know it does differ fighter to fighter. I just mentioned obviously Poirier got was it knocked out or did he get TK? It was knockout,
He
wasn't it?
he got
Gaethje,
knocked
yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. But I'm still gonna edge. I'm gonna edge towards Poirier, man.
I think another factor is Holloway's got such a good chin. The fact that he's now been dropped and knocked out, that's a
Yeah.
confidence issue. Because that for a guy that knows, oh, my chin will hold up.
Yeah.
Now you second think it. Like you're like, oh, I don't know. If I get hit, will I wobble? Will I be able to handle it? It's just that thing in your mind that plays, which I feel like might play a big factor in the fight.
I think a lot of our opinion is based on the Ilya fight, and it's unfortunate. Like if Holloway had faced Dustin straight after the Gaethje fight, we would have had a completely different. Maybe we would have even favored Holloway to win.
Yeah.
But now after that loss, it's like we've
Yeah.
seen it. We've seen what happened to Volk. We've seen what happened to others once they have a big significant. And now we're like, you know what? It's written. It's written. But I'm hoping it is a close fight, and this should be max weight class. He shouldn't go back to 145. He always seemed a bit too tall, rangy for featherweight. And yeah, his chin deteriorated after going back down to featherweight from a lightweight. Anyone want to add anything else?
One thing I want to add, yeah, I want to ask you guys this: what are the chances of Max having an upset here?
Ooh, okay. Go percentage wise, I would say I would favor it 70-30 to Dustin, especially after the Islam fight, because it's like he's got new weapons. Maybe he can do a few takedown. Maybe he'd get the gilly. He said, "Oh, if I get the gilly, I'm gonna get a statue in my backyard." I don't know if you guys saw that. He wants a statue.
Yeah, I think 70-30 is about right as well. I'll say 70-30.
Ari?
I'm 90-10, I think 90%.
Easy.
To be fair, I'd love to say 100-0, but I don't want to be disrespectful to Holloway. Holloway has a chance, but heavily favouring Poirier.
That's mad. So I chose Dustin to win. I think it'll be a 34th round finish. Sultan?
Finish. Oof. I'll go points, man. I'll go points.
Points. Okay.
Just on points, yeah.
Jay?
60-40 on Dustin and a first round or second round knockout. TKO.
Oh, TKO. And Ari, how do you see it?
I'm going to say TKO, but I'll probably say around third round.
Third round. It's going to be Max could ruin the retirement fight, whereas Dustin ruined Max Holloway's 13-fight win streak. He had a 13-fight win streak until he came into lightweight and Dustin won. But that was a close fight. The second fight, we forget. It was actually to me. It was 3-2. I think it was 3-2.
It was a close fight. It was a close fight. Yeah.
It was a close fight. Yeah, like people forget that. But I think we should swiftly move on to the next topic. Big speculation, big statement Dana White had said over the last week about in the White House there could possibly be a card next year, and there's two big potential matchups in Jon Jones versus Aspinall and Conor McGregor versus Micheal Chandler. So let's start off with Jon Jones versus Aspinall. He's back in the testing pool. So what do you think, Ari?
Thing with me is I rate Jon Jones for what he's done in the past, but I don't rate him for how he's gone about things in the present. I feel if you want to be the GOAT and you have to fight the best at the current time, you can't pick and choose. I feel he didn't fight Francis Ngannou when Francis Ngannou was the best at the time. He picked a challenger in Cyril Gane who was fundamentally flawed, had maybe one one really solid attribute was striking, but he was flawed in the grappling. Now, when there's a guy like Tom Aspinall who's clearing out the division, you have to fight him. But like I said, if he's coming back and he will fight, I'm happy to change my mind. But yeah, my opinion on Jon Jones until he fights Tom Aspinall, I just feel like he's done injustice.
Potter, what's your view on that potential matchup in the White House in 2026?
Man, that's a whole year. That's a whole year away. Yeah. Like it has to be an American, and if it's gonna be, it's gonna be someone great, someone big, and the only name that comes to mind is Jon Jones. Like, who else can you think of who's American and it's like is a great fighter? You know, GOAT status. It is Jon Jones, but what Anand said is right, man. It's like current. It's a hard one. He's beaten everybody put in front of him. How long can you keep doing that for? But if he has re-entered the testing pool, then I guess that's good news. Maybe you'll get something. Maybe we'll get him in a fight earlier against someone, and then there could be a fight against Aspinall. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But 1 year's a long time out, man. The last time you fought was Stipe. When was that again? I can't even.
Was that last year? Last year?
Yeah,
Last
just about last year. Yeah,
Just about, yeah, so another year, and the funny thing is, I think when we saw him against Stipe, and then even against Garner, he looked very slow as a heavyweight, and I don't know if more time out of he's the GOAT, man. There's no denying that, but it's another year out beneficial to him. So I don't know, man. I feel like you're more likely to get McGregor versus Chandler. That's the more likely fight. I don't see. I could be wrong, man, but yeah.
Jay, do you agree with
I
that?
would never-
Like, do you think that fight is likely to happen now that Jon Jones is back in the testing pool? Do you think it's happening?
Well, I'm hearing like tweets and stuff saying that, oh, Jon Jones is back again and he wants to be the competitor, the challenger now. But I don't buy it at all. I think he's just trying to save face. And the same with Conor McGregor. I think it's just all talk just to get the hype off the card. But yeah.
But you got to bear in mind here that Jon Jones is a big name. It could even be a fight against Alex Pereira, a catchweight super fight. It doesn't have to be for a title. So Aspinall might not even be in the picture. So Jon Jones is a big enough person that it could be some sort of mega event. It could involve something. Who knows? Maybe Francis Ngannou might come back for that, but that's another dangerous one. I don't think he would go down that route, right? Although Francis Ngannou is probably inactive himself, he's not active himself, right? So I don't know, man. Like Alex Pereira super fight. I know that's something Jones was tested by. Again, I think an easy fight for him against someone who can't grapple.
I think
Yeah. That's yeah.
Ari, what did you want to add to that?
I was going to say, but does it make, again, when we're talking about Jones not fighting the guys that he should fight, does a fight with Alex Pereira make sense? Because Alex Pereira has just lost to Ankalaev, and Alex Pereira has shown he's one-dimensional. So for Jones to fight Alex Pereira, I feel like it affects his legacy because he's shown in the last 3 fights at least he's fought one-dimensional fighters as opposed to guys that are technically sound all around.
The only problem is there, it's like, how long can you keep beating the next gen? Like, how long can you before? It's like again. I always compare with boxing. It's like Floyd Mayweather. He's beat the who of boxing, and it gets to a point towards the end. I remember Anand. He fought like Victor Ortiz, Robert Guerrero, and then you had the last fight, the 50-0 fight against Andre Berto. It's same. Like how many times does Jones have to prove himself? Don't get me wrong. This is a whole complete. I just think Aspinall's speed, power, he's got his own grappling. I do think it's a completely different test to what we have seen Jones in. Like Thiago Santos, they're all strikers, right? But it is a question like how many times that's not his fault that those guys were incapable of wrestling at the time. So like how or they never had other MMA disciplines, you could say, right? But it's not his fault as well. Like how many times do you have to prove yourself? Like you know what I mean? Like he's the GOAT, man. There's no denying that, man.
Yeah. I think
quick question, Sam. Do you think Jon Jones has proven throughout his history of fights that he can fight with a style like Tom Aspinall or Francis Ngannou, who have that dominance, not in just one form in striking, but they can also grapple? Francis Ngannou obviously not as strong as Aspinall on the ground, but he has shown he has a ground game and he's improved. But has Jones shown that throughout his history of legacy of fights? I don't think he has, but What's your
My
opinion?
opinion is, you know what? I'm kind of tired of hearing Jon Jones this, that. It's like there's so much tweets, so much that, and now a fight's happening at the White House, and you're simping for Donald Trump. Like, what is this? Oh, Donald Trump is like, come on. Oh, Donald Trump's gonna make. I want to fight in the White House. Let me come back in the Tesla. But I think he's just delaying it, and it's in 2026. Between now and 2026,
So much
Aspinall
that,
need
yeah.
a lot needs to happen. Maybe Alex Pereira is a viable option because they're both the same age. But
Yeah.
even between now and 2026, Alex Pereira is potentially having a rematch.
I think he's fighting a rematch. Yeah, Ankle. That's what. Yeah, I'm sure he's having a rematch. I think Abdulaziz mentioned that he's having a rematch with him. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
like even by then, like what's the option gonna be? Is he gonna
Hmm.
wait for Aspinall to have a few fights, study film, and then fight him?
Yeah.
But then it's hard to say, man. It's like I'm just kind of tired of Jon Jones doing this, that, like teasing us, just fight or not. Which moves on to the second point. Conor McGregor versus Chandler. Do you, you alluded to, you can see that happening more likely than Jon Jones versus Aspinall. Why do you think that is?
I think McGregor's a showman. That's what he's not. Chandler will fight anyone. As much as we say, he's lost against this person, lost against this person, whatnot. He does fight everybody. And I think McGregor is a showman. Like he would want his name on something of such status, like fighting in the White House. I think he would want that, and that's why I see it's more likely that happens. And he's a big star. He's the biggest star even till now. If he steps in the cage, he's the biggest star. Forget how long he's been out for. I'm not intrigued by it, to be honest. I think because we're not casuals, us guys, we're not we've
Yeah,
been watching this
I
stuff for
agree.
years, and all the 3 a.m. cards in the morning. I don't know how many of you watched over the years, yeah, boxing
Yeah,
and MMA. So we're not the casual fans. The casuals obviously would want to see that it will be a scrap, but I'm not. I think for me personally, I know it has to be American, and that will be the thing. But I would rather just see a massive UFC fight. Like
yeah,
Ilya versus Islam, for example, like a big fight with a big undercard as well, man. Maybe a triple championship header, triple championship header, like something we've never seen before. Maybe 3 strong fights on there. Maybe you might have Islam versus Ilya, Mirab on there. I don't know, Sean O'Malley, whoever. Just a strong card all round. Like maybe even 3 titles on the line. That's what I want to see more. Yeah, man. That's my take.
Jay, what's your take on that fight?
with so on. I think the UFC and everyone's kind of moved past Conor McGregor. I think I wouldn't mind one more fight max with Chandler, but I don't think no one really has the patience for him anymore. And yeah, I agree with so on. I think I'd rather just see 3 big like fights, whether that's Islam, Topuria, even a bloody Sean Strickland or something like that. I think
Oh, yeah, he's American. Yeah, he's American as well, is
Yeah,
he?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
McGregor at this point. So yeah, I think I'm just bored of the whole deal, and I think we just move on
Ari,
from.
what's your opinion on this fight?
I agree with Jay. I feel like initially McGregor and the UFC brand worked hand in hand, but it's got to a point where UFC has grown bigger than McGregor. There's other stars. There's new stars being built. We don't rely on McGregor, and I feel for McGregor, if he does come back, it's dangerous, man. This lightweight division is dangerous for him. There's some guys that could put real hurt on him. And I feel if he does come back, Chandler's a good name. He's probably a guy that's on the decline. But for McGregor, who's been out for such a long time, it's proper dangerous for him to come back. If I was his culture trainer, I'd say, mate, you've had your glory days. This UFC lightweight division is not for you. It really isn't for you. Yeah.
One thing I must say there, man, he is the king of promos, man. I don't know if you guys just touching briefly on his BKF
Yeah, I saw that stuff.
Yeah,
promos.
yeah. Oh
Nah, man,
my God.
he's wicked, man.
Fam, he's
You cannot take him away from that. Yeah, he's
he's the
wicked.
king, and he's the king
He's
of
promo, especially
he's the king of this as well. Like allegedly,
Mike
Vince.
Perry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Allegedly,
The
allegedly.
Mike
Allegedly.
Perry. Him and Mike Perry's back and forth.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're welcome back because I welcomed you back. October 11th is your date, and you'll dance for me, boy.
That was something else,
I
man. But yeah,
invited you back. I invited you back.
for my
Dance for
pleasure.
me.
Yeah.
Dance for me. Like
Yeah. No, son.
he's a character, and if it can happen, let it happen. But I think UFC needs to stop relying on these
I
names. Like it's tiring. Like we're sick of it. We're sick of it. We want to build up what's there currently. Ilya, big name, push him. Islam, big name.
Even Merab's big as well now. I
Yeah,
think
like
he's
Merab,
getting
like
quite
yeah,
publicity. He's always everywhere as well. He's always shooting, jumping into an ocean somewhere. I don't know. I think it's Jamaica or the other
yeah.
day. He's always so he's quite big himself, man. I think
Yeah,
he's
like
doing
he's
so
always
well.
with Nina Drama. Like
Yeah.
Alex is always with Nina Drama. Like there's so many stars there, but the reason why Dana's not putting the energy, man, he's doing too much for Power Slap. He's saying Power Slap will be bigger than UFC. All we wanted to say is like, thanks that everyone watched the last episode. If you haven't watched it, watch it. And then we would like your feedback. What do you think about Dubois versus Usyk? What do you think about Dustin Poirier versus McGregor? Tell us. Or give us scenarios. What scenarios do you want us to have in our next episode? So, and do you want to add anything to our outro?
Yeah, no, just as you said, man, just stay posted, man, guys, man. Like, share, subscribe. Next week, follow along. We'll actually have hopefully some reaction videos to the fights. They're usually quite entertaining. So, and then we'll have a post-fight episode coming as well. So yeah, hopefully you guys won't have to wait around too long for the next episode.
Jay, give us your outro. Go on, give it.
All right, guys. So we've been doing this for just a couple of weeks now. So we're obviously fresh and new to it, but guys, keep joining and keep following this family, and hopefully you can see episodes every week.
Ari, what's your outro? Tell me your outro.
Like Sultan said, we've got new content coming out. We've got reactions coming out, reviews coming out. Keep posted, keep locked. And like I said, anything you want us to go through, any scenarios you want us to go over, any discussion points, drop it down there. We'll look at your comments. We'll respond to your comments. We're checking all the comments. We're on this. So yeah, keep it posted. Yeah.
And let me just finish off by like, thank you for watching the whole videos. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, for all of them. We'll respond to all of them. And just before we finish, Dustin Poirier is one of my favorite fights. So all I'm going to say, shine bright tonight, you and I. Jay, finish it.
So, and make sure you don't miss this knockout as well.
Don't miss it. Don't miss it. It's a
Don't
diamond.
forget, bad run, mate. Got a bad run going on, man. Hopefully, don't
So-
miss the fight, man. Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. This time we won't miss it. Make sure you catch us next week for the review episode. I'm out. Sultan,
Peace out, guys.
Peace out.
Peace.
out here.